China has yet again hacked into US government systems. The US ambassador to China's email account was hacked and targeted by China-based hackers. Reports say that this is part of an intelligence gathering campaign. Thousands of government emails were earlier compromised by the same hackers. The US says that China has extracted information about Blinken's high-stakes trip to China. How many US officials have been targeted? What is the US doing to defend its software? Well, the US says that China is its most advanced rival in cyberspace, a domain which has been a source of bilateral tensions in recent years. The FBI says that Beijing has a larger hacking program than any other government. Listen in.
They are good at this. The Chinese have gotten really good at cyber spying. And it's going to be a tough fight. Does it turn into actual conflict? Probably not. But is there significant loss to the US? Definitely. We can change that by fixing some of the weaknesses on our side.
So what have Chinese hackers done now? Reports say that China has launched an intelligence gathering campaign. The so-called campaign focuses on targeting US officials. The US ambassador to China, Nicholas Burns, was the recent target. The Assistant Secretary of State for East Asia, Daniel Crittenbrink, also made the list. Now, this is nothing new. The US is facing the Chinese hackers for quite some time now. Reports say the Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo's email was also hacked last week. This came after Blinken raised the issue with top Chinese diplomat Wang Yi. You see, these Chinese hackers began their work back in the month of May. Microsoft says that they used a stolen sign-in key to burrow their way into email accounts. China had a month's head start before the US official even noticed. After a month, in June, a US State Department analyst noticed some unusual cyber activity. The department alerted Microsoft of the issue, and this is when the State Department understood that it was a serious breach. In a new deal with the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, Microsoft will now provide access to cloud computing logs to more users. This will allow the government to hunt for unusual activity or potential hacks. What is China's reaction to all this? The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs has called the accusations disinformation. China has also accused Washington of conducting its own hacking operations. In the initial phase of the series of Chinese hacks, officials say that malware was placed inside critical infrastructure and some unclassified military systems. Experts say that such cyber weapons could often be used if tensions escalate.
One of the things we're seeing is a marked increase in Chinese ability to collect massive amounts of data and process it. We're seeing China exploit the deep technological interconnections that have been built up over the last 30 years. And it sounds grim, but we are in really what you could call a cyber crisis. I know it's like everyone has cyber war, cyber Pearl Harbor, cyber, but the level of Chinese espionage has exceeded anything we saw in the Cold War before. And the US needs to think of a good way to deal with that.
So is there an ugly cyber war in the books for the US and China? We'll keep a watch as the story unfolds. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.